Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. As promised, today we are going to be doing a honey jar. I'm not going to be on camera for this video, and I've pretty much decided that I'm not going to be on camera for any of my ritual videos because I really want the focus to strictly be on the ritual, on what I am doing as I am doing it. We're going to be doing a honey jar today, as I said. You will see lots of people use honey jars to maybe entice a person to be in a relationship with them. I really don't like to do that. I believe that when you do honey jars and you get a person that you are not in a relationship with, things can backfire. I really don't like doing any kind of work to get a particular person. I'm more a believer in doing things to work on yourself, and then the right person will be attracted to you. You will become magnetic, and probably 9 out of 10, you're going to become magnetic to someone who is better for you than the person you thought you wanted. My personal favorite sweetening jars, honey jars, whichever one you'd like to call it, are the ones that focus on yourself, your personal life, sweetening up your life. Let's say that you are going through just a bit of a rough time mentally, and it's affecting you physically, it's affecting you financially, because it does. We want to bring back the vitality, the love for ourselves, the kindness to ourselves, the kind words to ourselves. We want to keep ourselves fixed up, whether you're a man or a woman. We want to keep ourselves adorned. We want to keep ourselves looking and smelling the best that we can, because when you look good, you feel good. And also, when you feel good, you are becoming magnetic to the things that you desire. So, over the years, I have done countless sweet jars for myself. And every time I make a new one or I rework an old one, I have had amazing results. Whether it was a job that I wanted, or as I said, in connection with someone, and there might have been like arguing, conflict, make a sweet jar with the other person's consent and knowledge. And, things get better in the relationship. If you are meant to be with that person, the things will get better in the relationship. Let me say that. But also, too, as I said, mainly my focus is on doing things to bring myself back to a place of kindness to myself, bring myself back to a place of just being aware of my value, being aware of my worth, seeing myself for the woman, the goddess that I am, the amazing human being that I am. This is not something that is specific to a man. I'm sorry, a woman. A man can do these sweet jars as well. You can do them for any reason. It all depends on your intention. And with that being said, the first thing that you want to do is have your petition. So I have a piece of brown paper, and I'm just cutting off or not cutting off, I'm tearing off all of the harsh edges from it. And you want to do this every time you are writing a petition. You always want to take off all of the harsh man-made edges. After you have written your petition, and your petition will literally be just whatever you are wanting to call into your life, whatever you are wanting to sweeten in your life. You're going to fold it toward you 3 times. I've already folded it towards me once, just so you can't see what's on it. And then we're going to go clockwise, fold it again, clockwise, fold it again. That is then going to go into our jar. Your jar should have already been cleansed. You can use Florida water, pre-bought, store-made, Florida water. I make my own. I actually need to make more, but Florida water to spiritually cleanse your jar. You can also use holy water. You can use incense, sage, whatever, however you see fit to cleanse your jar. And then we want to put the petition inside of it. I am a hoodoo, and as such, I work with odd numbers. I'm using things today that will add up to the number 9. The number 9 is very special to me, and so that is what I will be doing. But go with what you feel. Do not feel like you have to use any certain thing just because it is what I'm using. I'm only going to show you three or tell you three of the herbs that I'm going to be using because I want you to use your own discernment and add things that feel special and unique to you. So, the first thing that I am going to be using is the herb Damiana. Damiana is good for domination, for getting your way, for getting what you want. And so I use Damiana in quite a few of my rituals that are of this nature. I also like to use quite a few herbs in my rituals. You don't have to use this much. And as you are adding your herbs, you want to be speaking your intentions over them. So I'm going to go quiet for a second while I pray over the Damiana. I'm also going to be using rosebuds, dried rosebuds. I'm leaving them whole just because I want the love that comes into me, myself, love from other people, favor from other people. I want that love to be whole. I don't want it to be crushed. I don't want it to be bruised. I want it to be whole. So that is what I'm using. That's why I'm using the entire rosebud. A lot of times I will grind my herbs down in a mortar and pestle. For this particular ritual, I am not. So the last one that I'm going to, oh, hold on a second. Let me pray over my roses. So rose is good for love. Rose is good for beauty, for youthfulness. So I use it for those particular things. The last herb that I'm going to show you is catnip. Me and catnip have been together since the beginning of my spiritual journey. Catnip is good for bringing your desires in, for making your desires irresistible, making you irresistible to your desires. Just as cats cannot stay away from catnip, I have a cat of my own. Promise you, I can attest to this. I grow my own catnip as well. I can assure you that, hopefully you guys can hear me. My microphone was sitting down. I can assure you that catnip will bring your desires to you. The last one, as I said, I'm not going to tell you what herb this is I am using, but feel free to use an herb that you feel called to. If you are looking for money, or not looking for, but if you are calling in money, feel free to use an herb that draws in money. If you already have rose in here, if you have used the same herbs I've used, flowers I've used, you have rose already. But if you want a love that is more spiritual, feel free to use jasmine. You can use lavender to bring in. I'm so sorry. I do not know where the video cut off a second ago. My memory card ran out of space and I was not aware. My apologies. I'm so sorry. I'm going to say the last part over again, just to err on the side of caution. I added in, well, I'm going to say the herbs that I used because I don't know where it cut off at. I used, what did I use? I used rose, I used damiana, and I used catnip. And then the fourth one that I used was one of my own that I did not share with you guys because I want you to add in an herb or whatever you feel called to of your choice. We already have rose for love. If you want more of a spiritual connection in love, feel free to add jasmine. If you are looking for more peace, feel free to add some lavender. There's so many different herbs that you can use in this jar. You can use herbs for healing, peace, whatever it is. Go with your spirit, go with what you feel called to. And I also am going to add in some oil just because I am an intention oil person. And so I'm going to add in my oil. It has already been prayed over. And then the last step is I'm going to add in my honey. Give me just 1 second. You want to be praying over your herbs as you add them, or if you ground them in a mortar and pestle, pray over them as you are grinding it together. Be careful with your honey. Honey will sneak up on you. You will think that it is coming out slowly, and before you know it, your jar will be full and it will be overflowing. And now that our honey is added, you may take a second and pray directly into your jar. Speak the words. You can say the same words that you said in your petition, or you can recite a psalms. You can just pray a prayer, something that resonates with you. However you feel called to do it, feel free to do so. And then you put the top on your jar. As I said, I leave mine on the altar on the space that I used to make it. I leave it there. I keep candles lit on it. I come back and I pray over it 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, however many days I feel called to pray over it. I do that. You don't have to see how it's settling. I'm going to leave mine here. If you want to add more as it continues to drop, feel free to do so. My crystals are crystals that I felt drawn to for this working. My petition is in, my herbs are in, my oil is in, my honey is in. I am good to go to work this and pray over it and continue to set intentions over it, speak over it every single day. I will come back to this every single day and work this. So as you can see, that is how it looks. She is beautiful. I got this heart-shaped jar from Michael's. If you do not have a heart-shaped jar, totally okay. Use what you have. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this ritual. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you make your own sweet jar, honey jar, please let me know in the comments. Come back and tell me your results. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.